Okay, right. Now I'm going to talk about a unified framework for everything that we can all agree on, no matter what religion we are, no matter what opinions we've got, no matter how angry or chilled out, whatever philosophical we may be. We need a framework as the human race. Everybody needs a framework for living and somehow and understanding the universe that doesn't contradict any religions or opinions or anything. It just needs to explain everything really, really simply. We need a framework. That's the thing, you see. All these frameworks before have said, oh well, we believe this, and they give it a word, they name it something. We believe in, let's say, the idea of something like nirvana or something, or let's say enlightenment, the Buddhist version of enlightenment, or we believe in such and such a place after death. For example, all these things, we need a framework that we can all agree on. It's hard to explain, not too specific, you see, because like a theory of everything, that's what I want to make, but I want to make it so that anybody of any religion, opinion, or anything, any lifestyle can understand and use it for their own good, basically, without it contradicting what they think or believe, really, because that's when you get the problem. Is the thing is, it can't be too specific in the meaning of words and stuff. I could say pro theory, the negative is called this, the negative is called that, the positive is called this, and such a principle is called this principle and that principle. And it's only when you start naming things that it gets complicated and confusing, you see. You use too many words and people don't know what the words mean, and then they invent new words and they invent hybrids of words which symbolise a concept, and they say, oh, I'm a neo this and neo that, whatever it is, and like, the thing is, like I say, all we need is a really, really simple framework, and the framework is, within the universe, within anything else, everything is negative, positive and neutral potential, okay? Everything has an opposite, and a point between opposites called neutral, and that is it, that is the framework. That's the framework that I think we should build on. I think we should teach this in schools, and I don't think that this will actually offend anybody, because I'm not saying anything singular, so to speak, you see. I'm saying something singular, plus the opposite something singular, simultaneously, you see, including neutral, which is the simultaneously part, sort of implies the neutrality and stuff. And like I say, you can loop it when you want, you can singular, stop it in a singular when you want, or you can neutralise it when you want. And this is why we've never had an idea that the whole world as one can agree on, I think, really, as a structure, because some people will say, well, so-and-so created this, and this power or something created the universe this, and a physicist might say, well, actually, the universe is made of atoms, so to speak, and all this other stuff. And we just get confused, you see, when we use too many words. That's the only problem with it. And I'm just hoping somehow or other through these videos to make a framework that's positive, or at least not negative. And the simplest way to get a world religion, dare I say it, or an idea that every single human can accept, the simplest and easiest way to achieve success with this is negative, positive, neutral. And that's it. It can't be any more specific than that. Even the word pro theory, I don't know. I mean, I just called it pro theory because I had to call it something, quite simply. I mean, if you write an idea, you have to call it something. If you invent a new toy, for example, or you invent some kind of new gadget, you've got to call it something, haven't you? I just thought I'd call it pro theory, positive reacting opposites. That's what the pro stands for. Pro is actually my nickname from when I bought a skateboard when I was 9, but that's another story. I just call it pro theory, positive reacting opposites. Positive, the first, because the idea of pro theory is positivity. That's the whole point. It's written to help people, and to help people understand that it's not singular. There's always 3 options. And it's up to you to choose which one you want to follow, okay? Reacting. Reaction and reacting, in this sense, the PRO, okay? The reaction is the change within the universe. Every single thing that interacts with every other thing, that's the reaction. Okay? The opposites is the key, right, to pro theory and understanding of the universe completely. The opposites, so positive, reacting, the idea is positive, it's a positive view of the reaction of everything, which is the reacting opposites, okay? Now to achieve neutrality you have to have two opposites, so to speak, don't you? Okay? Opposites, neutrality in between. It's not this, it's not that, it's in the middle, perfectly. And that's the opposites part at the end. Because if you've got two opposites, that automatically implies that you've got neutrality as well, potentially. So that's why it's called pro theory, positive reacting opposites, okay? And that's, like I say, this is a bit rambling and stuff, but this is, I'm doing sort of blog type things at the moment, just getting my ideas out on camera, keeping my confidence up with talking to camera and trying to act normally, basically. That's the thing I've been trying to do. Just act perfectly normally, just like I'm talking to my mate. And people are liking my videos now, which is wonderful, you know. People are subscribing to them and stuff, and it makes me so happy, you know. Just to know that people are listening to what I'm saying and stuff, and I just hope I'm helping people. And like I say, I'm gonna work on this framework more and more and more, because this is just the first level. The reason I talk about negative, positive, neutral, can't prove me wrong, blah blah blah, the opposite to what you say. I've just got to get this accepted first by everybody. And then I can show you the deeper levels. I'll talk about the deeper levels pretty soon, but I've just got to get this first veto idea out there at the beginning, and then you'll see the deeper levels and the subtleties to pro theory. And there's a lot more to it than what I can currently explain. It's not just some, whatever you say, I'll say the opposite plus neutral. It's way, way, way deeper than that, I promise you. It really, really is, but you can't really understand that because you have to understand the veto, all the B's 1, 2, 3, negative, positive, neutral, first, and then you can get into the subtleties. This probably seems really confusing and ridiculous, but if you've got any questions, then please ask me and I'll read them out on camera. And that's the idea of having a framework for everything that everyone can understand and accept and embrace, basically. Negative, positive, neutral, potential simultaneously. Okay.